When's the last time you got yelled at by a coach or player?
Mike Vrabel. It was actually it was a genuine yell. It was the year he was out, and I was at the Senior Bowl, and I'd had 2 back-to-back dinners with general managers. So it was like a double booked, but I had to make it work. And I had the same conversation with both these GMs, and they were asking me, why do I think that Mike Vrabel didn't have a job? Like, why isn't he a head coach right now? And I said, I don't know. I was like, I covered him a lot in Tennessee. I thought he was collaborative. He's a good leader. Players love him. I don't know. And they both offered up that they thought that he was too physically intimidating. So the New York Post sees this, or excuse me, I go on a podcast. The New York Post hears it. And it went from an intimidating figure that is perhaps scaring owners to, like, Mike Vrabel's too fat to get a job. So he calls me. He's like, why would you ever report that? That's ridiculous. That's not even true. I'm like, are you asking me if I think you're fat? You know, so that was not fun because I just think, you know, he didn't want
For the record, you weren't calling him fat.
No. I was really just relaying
like chubby or chunky maybe, but not fat.
No, I didn't even do that.
Oh.
I was relaying to, I think it was Chase on the podcast that, hey, I was basically doing what I do all the time. Hey, I had these conversations with 2 general managers, and they told me this is why they think Vrabes doesn't have a job, and I just think that's interesting because the guy's so physically large, it's going to prevent an owner from hiring him? That's stupid.
Paulie, do you have the article?
Yeah, I found the article from February last year, 2 years ago. Mike Vrabel, the headline, Mike Vrabel's physical appearance may have been too intimidating and turned teams off. Dianna Russini credited.
Which was the truth of what it was. But you know, I'm glad that you asked me about getting yelled at. I probably spend more time on the phone arguing with people in the league because I'm sure you guys are aware and you know this well. Everyone is so paranoid about information and they want control over it. And I like to dig and sometimes I like to poke around in places where people don't want to be poked. And you have to have an ironclad stomach in this league to deal with it because there's a lot of yelling going on in my house and it's on the other line. My husband jokes all the time. He's like, you fight with more people in football than we fight. And I'm a different person, obviously. Like I have to be different with these guys because they want to push you around and they want a story told a certain way. But the truth is the truth.